Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another exciting installment of Minecraft on the TimeShot server. Almost got it right that time. The last attempt was much worse, so I'm proud of myself. We're getting back in the swing of things. Hope everybody's doing great today. Hopefully the stream will hold up a little better than it did on our last attempt to... hey, snapper rappers! It will hold up better than our last attempt did. Try to give an update on what I've been up to on the TimeShot server. It's been a while, and there's a lot to show you guys, so I want to make sure that you guys get the update that you deserve. So last installment on TimeShot, we went through the trouble of getting a villager. I think we went and looked at the multiple dimensions. I think we went and looked at Season 1 and Season 2, and then we managed to get some villagers from both Mara's village as well as Season 2, my desert village on Season 2, bring them over here so that we could start working on our villager trader hall. Now, the villager trader hall itself is nearing completion. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to do on the exterior here. It's still just a big, ugly cylinder. But interior-wise, we've got basically all of the... Yoda. Mara's now hosting. Thank you so much, Mara. We've got the interior basically done. So we've got some iron golems scattered around in case somebody gets in here that we don't want. They don't convert or kill all of my villagers because we now have... villagers for basically everything. We've got on the first floor, we've got tools, second floor is weapon enchants, and third floor is primarily armor enchants. So we've got all the goodies. We've got mending and unbreaking right up front, efficiency 5, silk touch, fortune 3. So I made sure that it was like the ones that people would want. So like I came up, you know, occasionally I would get like fortune 2 or something. It's like, well, I don't want that. So I cycled through villagers until I got what I needed. Each of the villagers, if somebody doesn't want to do trading, they'd rather just pay diamonds. Each of the enchantments have books on the side that I've done the trading for. And so they can come pay 1 diamond and get a Fortune 3 book, as opposed to having to go through the trouble of doing all of the trading themselves. So, don't want to trade? All books and side barrels are 1 diamond each. And then you come up, and we've got our weapon enchants. Starts out with mostly bow stuff, so we've got Power 5 and Infinity and Flame. I did just kind of the big ticket enchants, Looting 3, Sharpness 5, Knockback 2, and he also happens to have Frostwalker, Fire Aspect. So, did the big ticket ones, didn't do a lot of, like, the new crossbow enchants, because when I asked in the TimeShot chat, like, who really, like, are you guys using crossbows? Are you using tridents? It didn't really come up that a lot of people were using any of those things, so I didn't really worry myself about fitting them in here. But we got, like, you know, Aqua Infinity and Respiration and Protection and Fire Protection, Blast Protection, Projectile Protection, Depth Strider 3, and Feather Falling 4. So, all of the big ticket items, and then they each have a handful of ones there. If somebody doesn't want to do the trading themselves, they can buy those out. And I'll occasionally check and replace them as needed. I've actually had some decent business. I think mostly Dave. Dave has been on a lot, working on Spawn, which we'll look at in a bit. But I've got, 54 diamonds from Dave, so that's been pretty exciting. And that's that whole stack of diamonds. 54 not from Dave necessarily, but 54 from this. So that's looking good. We've got, I actually think my, I've got them here. So I think last time at the end of the last installment, I showed you guys this, but up top, we've got our villager breeder, so let's pop up there real quick. Yeah, Dave has died a lot, but Dave's been also very busy. He has totally transformed our spawn. It looks fantastic. So they were well-earned deaths. But I think at the end of last time, I showed you guys this villager breeder. It is not the best. We've got, like, sometimes the babies don't fall down. Like, what is this baby doing? Dude. For the most part, it's fairly efficient, but sometimes, and I think 1.16.3, 1.16.2, one of them kind of broke how this design works. There he goes. And so, yeah, so this works. These guys should also be generating crops. Now, why is there 2 guys doing beetroots? I think the problem is, like, these corners, they can, if they're standing here, they'll pick up a crop that pops up here, so their inventories are getting a little mixed. I should have put a bigger buffer in between these, but it works enough for villagers, and really I've kind of replaced the need for crops coming out of this particular farm. So I'm not super worried about it. I probably should fix it at some point, but I'm not too worried about it at the moment. Okay. But yeah, so still working on doing some detail work on the inside. I haven't gotten to updating the flooring of this top layer. I'm doing some, texture work, stripped spruce, unstripped oak, some stairs, just to, give some visual appeal. So I'm working on that. You guys can see, since it was asked before, every villager is sitting on some honey blocks. They've each got their own little station. Obviously, these are not a block and a half high, so they could jump out, but the honey keeps them from doing so. And so underneath each of these is a honey block. I put those trapdoors there to kind of hide theirs. Yes, there is an end farm. Mar asks in the chat. There is an end farm. Looking down here, so villager breeder up there, the babies fall down this chute. We saw one baby fall down there very productively. We then could fall down that hole, and we come into my basement workspace. So the villagers fall down here. Now, right now, I've got this turned off because they kind of just breed continuously. I've got a trapdoor here, and they just die from fall damage there. I really don't need a ton of them coming up in the system. And so, any crops that would come down there would fall through too. And then there are hoppers underneath here that would collect them. The babies go down this route, they go into that block, and then they end up underneath these trapdoors here. When they grow up, they phase through there and are drifted off in there. So babies stay down there. When they're adults, they come around. And then they come around, and they kind of get congregated back here. You can see behind this fence gate, there's a bunch of villagers congregated back there. I've got a button right there that I can press, and it will let more into here. But if there's too many in here, then it gets a little crowded for them to come through on the mine carts. And so then, like I've done with this villager, you press a button, it picks up a villager, it brings them over here where the workstation is, and then they pick up the profession. So this guy has no books, and basically what I would do is I would just go through, and they'd come through, you pick it up. If you don't do any trades with them, as soon as you pick up the workstation, they lose the profession. You pop it back down, and it'll take you like a little bit. I think in like 1.16.1, when the Mar built it, they were both trapped in the... Yeah, so Mar built that, the end farm, and I think he was working on it the other day too, so it probably looks a little nicer than even the last time I was out there. But I think in like 1.16.1, the second you would put the profession station back down, they would pick it up. So it was a lot quicker to cycle through. Now it's like there's a couple of minutes or a minute. It takes a while. Ooh, hit my mic there. It takes a while for them to pick up a profession, which really slowed down my efforts, because it used to be you pick it up, they lose it, you pop it back down, they gain it back immediately, sort of thing. But it's definitely slowed down a bit. So press the button, they come around, and then once I got a trade that I liked, there's powered rails under there. I'd press this button, and it would send them zipping up this water tube up into here. And then I used to have ugly tracks all over the place, and I got everybody. But basically, since every station is full, now some of them, obviously, like unbreaking is very expensive. There are a couple that are pretty expensive. Most people have just been doing the diamond, like efficiency 5 is 41 emeralds. Most people have been just going the diamond route, which is fine. I probably will go ahead and eventually trade out some of the more high-ticket item trades, because I'm the one doing most of those trades now to fill up the barrels, because most people are probably going to want to pay diamonds. So they can come in and trade for free, but with the side barrels, they can pick up books with diamonds too. So now he's picked up the trade. Again, he's still got just the generic ones, no books, so I'd pick this back up, pop it back down, and wait for him to cycle through. Yeah, so we also, you might have caught over here, so we've got underneath this, there's some bubbles. So there's another water stream underneath, and we'll go check this out because this is brand new as well. I needed a way to get more emeralds, so I made a couple of farms, 4 to be exact. And so down here underneath, each crop has a farm. So I've got a carrot farm down here. I've got bees, so I figured out how bees work. And I got bees in each of these little farms. And so I've got four farming villagers and then 4 people to trade. He picks up the crops. There's a hole underneath this fence, so all the crops go into a water stream, which then feeds into the center and all comes up. So I've got carrots, Actually, I've got 2 carrot crops fields. I used to have a wheat field down here, but all I was ever getting was bread. They were turning the wheat into bread. I think I just didn't fill up the inventories properly. But of the farming villagers that I have up top to do trading with for emeralds, I had more carrot trades than anything, so I went ahead and just added a second field of carrots. So we got carrots, and then we've got a potato field, and then we've also got a beet field. Oh, there's a... Oh. I really don't want that Enderman in there. Don't want these bees to get out either, though. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up. Okay. But on either side, there's also, you can see through there, I've got, as we walk past here, so this, on each side, is also a melon and or carrot farm, or a melon and or pumpkin farm. So those are getting produced as well. But yeah, so a couple of village auto farms down here that feed into the center, and those are collecting. I actually need to empty out the farm. I was AFK in here prior to the start of the Pokemon stream that we did earlier, and it's kind of filled up my. I don't have a very big system because it only really runs when I'm AFKing here. I'm not near spawn or anything, so get decent pumpkins, melons, carrots, potatoes, beets. All that jazz. So I then use these, and I've got walls of. So I've got a wall of farmer villagers here, so I can trade these guys for emeralds, and then I've also got a wall of Fletchers, because they do sticks and string and feathers and stuff, which is stuff that's pretty easily attainable. So I was using those guys originally, and then I got all these farmer guys in once I got those farms put in, just to get my emerald supply kind of stocked up. And yeah, so been very, very busy. I've spent a lot of time, as you can probably tell, in this basement, waiting for villagers to collect trades, or waiting for crops to get farmed. So the most detailed floor I've ever done. So bask in the glory of this floor, because I just was bored sitting down in this basement. I just kept tinkering. I need to do something with this wall, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Originally, I'd had I think this wall was pumpkins and melons. And then this wall was reeds, and then this wall was gonna be something else, and then I was like, you know what, no, I wanted to have trading, so I put them there, and I put all the farms underneath. But basically that middle water, you can see those melons coming up there, it shoots a water thing here, which also is the water source for this whole thing, and then underneath there's half slabs and hoppers, which all just feeds into here. So not much redstone, which is nice, so I'm not generating much lag. It's mostly a water trough and things like that, which is cool. Okay, so that's my kind of evil lair down here. Actually, ooh, ow. I've got, let's go up here real quick. So I've got this, I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. This is a mason that I'd been using because I'm going to be putting, bricks on the top level. Alright, so I've got this kind of closed up now because I'm not really in major villager working mode at the moment, because I've got all my trades in. Just might go for cheaper at some point. So I've kind of closed off my quick access ports. Now, if I want to access the basement, I generally am going through this back entrance, which is right, this is Tortoise Island, that's my base there. So if I come across my bridge to the back side, which most people will be coming from spawn, they won't see this. It just kind of goes down, and then I've got a little secret entrance there in the corner, and so I can get in and out. I'm going to quick sleep, because then I want to head over to spawn. But yeah, so put all those villagers to good use. Been very, very busy down here. Just kind of toiling away, getting all the emeralds I need, getting all the trades I need. It's been fun. Nothing useful. I do have my trading hall tracker here, which is what I've been using. So reductions needed. So I've got a couple: efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, and protection 4. I want to get cheaper options for, but then I've got what each floor is and what their cost is. So lure 3 is 19, luck of the sea is 31. And so on and forth. I've been kind of keeping track of what everything is. And yeah, so it's been an ordeal. I've never really did a lot with villagers, at least not on this kind of scale. So it's been fun, and I had to figure out how bees worked entirely. I'd never done anything with bees before, so I got that figured out. It's been a nice learning experience, which has been cool. So all right, Tortoise Island has not really changed at all. I need to work on these bridges and stuff at some point. In fact, I don't know why I'm coming over here. Oh, I wanted to put this, I do want to put this stonecutter back. The pirates are back. They've stolen all of our gold. Not really gotten a ransom note so much as like they put that there and then all my gold was gone. I'm not really sure what to do about all that. But, yeah, the pirates are back, apparently. Alright, so now that all of that has been sorted, I still got to do, again, all the exterior work here. As I said, I was trading with that mason for some bricks. I'm going to be converting all this to bricks and doing something with the outside so it doesn't look quite as bad as it does. But that'll be happening over time. Really, the interior is done. So, and we've been getting some decent business. As I said, I think Dave's been doing a lot of work on spawn, and he came over and I think he's lost his stuff in lava a couple of times. So he's been a good supply of business for us. But yeah, we're just south of spawn. So here's the tower. There's me. I probably should put in a little bridge and a path up to the door, or whatever. Now that we're kind of open for business. Pirates are getting lazy, or they always were, I guess. Yeah. I'm pretty sure since Poet has a giant ship with black sails parked at his base, that probably Poet's involved again, shockingly. But yeah, so we'll head back over to spawn, and I will show off what Dave has been doing, because I don't think Dave records or streams or anything anymore, so it's not like it's going to be a spoiler. But spawn has kind of been changing over time, so you guys remember these docks were here, although it looks like Dave's been adding some walls and stuff recently. This over here used to be the ever-burning tree, and like I think this is like official spawn. I think like if my bed was obstructed, I think spawn would be over here, maybe it's further back. But there used to be like the turtles and stuff over here. But Dave's been doing a lot of work. So I don't know if he put in this little marketplace or not. That's been there a while. But he's like, these are new since like I was at spawn like this morning, basically. Dave's a fiend. But he's converting all the docks that were here into something a little more visually interesting, because it was just, full wood plank blocks. It was pretty boring. But Dave has then also just been all of this work. He's a much better builder than I've ever seen him exhibit on any previous TimeShot servers. But basically this was all just like plains or whatever. He's been converting all of this to stone, putting in this boardwalk, kind of this built up, around. I love this kind of detail work, and Dave's been doing a great job. We've got this giant hourglass, which has been here a while, may have even been in the last stream I did, but basically the concept is there's a giant hourglass here, and then this big glowing pool is supposed to be kind of like a portal, and then I think the ultimate idea is that eventually the bottom half of this hourglass will kind of be descending from the roof of our nether hub. So we'll pop in here a bit. I know Poet did a lot of work, at least I think it was Poet. It did a lot of work in here, and so like it looks like Dave has potentially started laying in, okay, well this is the leg, figuring out the positioning of where the hourglass will be, so because I think eventually there will be a green portal on the ceiling or something, and then the bottom half of the hourglass will show up in here, or something. I think that's the general idea. But yeah, he's been doing a ton of work. I've just been hanging out in my basement mostly, and Dave has been one of the only other people that I've seen on, at least when I've been on. So, yeah, he's just been going crazy, making things at spawn look beautiful, getting in all these nice paths and the slabs, and just doing good work. So yeah, Dave's been doing a great job here. And we've got public storage, and I think there's now a public library behind that, which I think Spacey built. Yeah, so spawn is coming along nicely. I do have a ship design that I want to build at some point. Maybe I'll take a break from my villager hall at some point and work on that. But yeah, I love these new docks and just the terrain that Dave's been putting in here and everything. Obviously, he's still got some spreading I'm sure he's going to do. But this is the new mindless mine that Addy built. So that's all there. But yeah, so spawn is coming along nicely. It's looking really good. Dave's been making great progress, even just recently. This is a lot of this has happened like in the last week or so. So he's been very busy. Dave kind of does that. He gets spurts of. He's got all these buttons around for details, but I'm sure one of them does something. One of them probably triggers a bunch of TNT to, like, destroy the entirety of spawn or something, knowing Dave. But he kind of goes in waves of, like, super productivity, and then he'll fall off the map for a couple of years, sort of thing. But yeah, we got the notice board here, so I put one up. Villager Trading Hall now open, south of spawn along coast. So now if people are at spawn, they'll know what's going on. But yeah, I actually really love, I don't know if this was Dave or not, but I love the portals that are just kind of built into the side of this thing with kind of everything about Spawn really, you know, at least hits my aesthetic. I really love it. I think it looks great. So bravo, Dave. It's looking fantastic. Keep it up. Okay. I think. So I've showed off the Villager Trading Hall. All the work I did there, all the villagers, and we got all the trades in and everything. It's looking great. I got to do a lot of work on the outside, though, so it doesn't look like total garbage, but that's coming along nicely. We showed off Spawn. I did want to check, because I know Mar was on recently, and he was working on the end farm again. Let's check that out. I don't want to spoil anything there, but the end farm itself is just an end farm. I know he's been working on that pretty diligently, though, recently. I'm sure I don't know if it's done or not. I don't want to say that it is, but yeah, he's been doing good work in here. It's a high efficiency farm, at least. I was able to get a lot of. I mean, I've got 46 levels here. I was up in the 60s, I think, at one point, just from hanging out there for a little bit. I mean, it's a good high efficiency farm, and that combined with my villager hall, people can pretty much have any gear that they want. Although I'm still wearing diamond, I have not taken the trouble of looking for netherite armor yet, which I probably should do at some point. But, oh, I know Spacey has been working on this as well. It looks like there's... Huh. There's a shaft up there, which I didn't... He just posted in the thing saying he was done with this room. So Spacey made this room. I'm wondering... I'd like to go look for that on the surface at some point. I really want to add journey map to my vanilla pack here. But anyway, so we've got the Spacey's lovely room, which takes us to the end. And then at one point, people had gotten stuck in the end, like they couldn't get back out. Every time they jump in the portal, it would shoot them back out of the portal. Like they were caught in a loop, so they could not get out. So at some point, I was on at the same time as them, and I threw some supplies out, and so they made like this little house and all of this stuff. And then we've got some water elevators here or whatever that'll take us down to the end farm. So come down here and then back out away from the island is the end farm. Which, I mean, in today's day and age, end farms are super easy to make. Used to be so ridiculous, but now the mechanics are such that, oh my gosh, just look at them exploding experience everywhere. Somebody left a ton of XP on the table here. But yeah, it looks like he's still working on this. I'm sure it'll look amazing when he's done with it. But let me music and sounds. There we go. But yeah, so there's a little enchanting area, and he just added the crop and cow area here as well. So it's functionally in place at this point. I know he's doing a lot of, he told me there was big plans for it, so he's obviously still working on all that. But it is functional at this point. A lot of XP there to be had, so that's nice. Especially, you know, now that basically every enchant is available, people can, like I said, pretty easily get the gear that they want, which makes things kind of nice. I do need to at some point do the netherite look, though. I really like the look of the netherite armor, and so at some point I need to go ahead and get that figured out. All right, there actually is a bunch of people have gotten stuck. So in case of emergency, break glass. Somebody has already been stuck in here since then. This is a command block that Poet put up. I think just teleports you to the spawn point of the world or whatever. So basically, so many people were getting stuck that Poet decided, okay, we need a solution. I'm not sure what was causing that or what, but yeah, I think the original people who had gotten stuck in here had like set their spawn at a bed that was ended up beneath the end portal or something, and so every time they would spawn, they just immediately get set back through or something. I don't remember exactly, but my spawn's set down here in my basement workshop. I love the new chains. I especially love that they can be horizontal too. I think I used the multi-world plugin is the primary issue. Got it. Yeah, Spacey would know for sure, better than me. So I've used a lot of the vertical chains for hanging lanterns and stuff, both in my basement and upstairs. And then, because hanging lanterns all over the place looks better to me than torches. But then I also, I put vertical chain or horizontal chains above like the flowers and stuff because it keeps the villagers from walking in there, but the bees can still get in and access. So it keeps the villagers more or less on the field, but it still allows the bees to get in there and pollinate the flowers, which is nice. So I was able to maximize my crop space without giving up the flower space, which is cool. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I've been up to on the server. I think probably my next venture is going to be to get some netherite armor, finish up this trading hall. I really want to get it done because right now my motivation is kind of low to do so because upstairs is done and like my basement is done. My space is all completed. I've got some brewing stains and stuff down here because Spacey, in fact, every time he comes through here, he's like, "Hey, Tort, such and such villager is half health or whatever." He's got some mod that lets him see the relative health of villagers. So. I've made some brewing stands and stuff so that I can, if he leaves a sign for me saying, "Hey, this villager's at half health" or whatever, then I grab a potion and go take care of it. I need to get that plug-in probably too because I need to make sure that my villagers aren't all my like sharpness 5 or my protection 4 or some of these villagers that took me a really long time to get. If some of them die, that would be very disappointing. So yeah, gotta keep them alive now that I got them all stocked up there. But like, and each of these, so I've got these barrels here in between each one, and these all have crops in them. And so I'll stock up for a while and fill these up, and then I'll do a big trades because it takes a while. This is full now. I need to empty this, but it takes it a while to bone meal. Shouldn't be getting bone meal. It takes it a while to fill back up, so don't want to find myself where it's like I need emeralds but I can't get it. So I kind of just stack things up as I'm around, and then and do the trades when I have a need. All right, I don't know why I shouldn't be getting bone meal in the system though. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Probably just coincidental. But yeah, like I'm full up on carrots and stuff. I need to empty this out, but we're not gonna do that right now. Uh-oh. Oh no! Whoops. Forgot I closed all this back up. Almost drowned myself. Yeah. Don't really know what else we would really need to take a look at. Not a lot else has been going on. Dave's been doing a lot of good work at Spawn. And Poet's Village looks like it's been built up a little bit, but I'll let him show that off in his own videos. I got a lot of work to do. I gotta get these bridges going. That's another thing. I want to get the netherite armor, so probably work on that at some point as well. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. I feel I'm tired. I've been streaming all day now. We've been going for 4.5 hours ish, and I don't really have anything else to show you guys. You could build me a house. No. I'm not going to do that. You've got a village full of houses. You got to get on and play yourself, Mara. Although, I know you just started your modded world back up and stuff again recently, so if you've not checked out twitch.tv/Mara Let's Play, she's been doing Miranda Season 3, maybe? With some... What Minecraft version is your modded stuff in, Mara? Is it 1.16? 1.15? Good luck getting the new armor. I have died so many times now. 1.15.2 is the one that she's in. Yeah, I know the armor is very hard to come by and at a dangerous... Like, obviously, doing major mining in the nether is dangerous just in general. Because there's always random lava pockets and it flows super fast or whatever. I probably will make a new set of armor that has like fire protection 4 on every piece, and then I probably would be safe enough to go ahead and do that. But we'll see how that goes. I do want the netherite armor at some point, but knowing me, I will get all of that armor together, and then I will immediately die. And netherite floats in lava, so like if I fell in lava, it would be okay. But I would find some way to die where it would all just, I would never be able to get it back or something. I wouldn't get back in time, or I would find some way to lose that even after doing all that work. So, but I do want it. It is cool looking, and it's the next tier, man. I got to get all netherite armor and tools. Yeah. I do have an elytra. I want to say Spacey. Did you give me my elytra? I feel like Spacey gave me my elytra. Somebody who was stuck in the end gave me one. Because I gave them resources while they were stuck there or something. But yeah, so finally this project is coming to an end. Like just this morning, I was putting some of the finishing touches on like the undersides here and stuff like that. So it's coming along. I've got to do some more detailing on that upstairs, and then eventually, yeah, you're far enough out that it would be nice for you to have an elytra for sure. Eventually, I do have a lot of work to do in here. My plan was to put in like a dome here, so like this would be kind of its own standalone thing, and then I think what I'll probably do, since I don't really need any more villagers, or at least once I don't need any more villagers, would probably be to convert this. So take out this farm and put in an iron farm or something maybe. There is not a fireworks shop on this map yet. But I probably, well, maybe I'll let somebody else worry about that. I could open up but I had the fireworks shop in the last season. Maybe somebody else wants to do fireworks this time. I don't know. I don't want to have a monopoly. I've done this. This is my service to the community. So maybe somebody else wants to get that going. I'll leave that up to somebody else yet. But I think last time I had checked at least. Yeah, well, yeah, somebody had said that, or Huck or somebody was going to bring the shop over from the previous season, but that has not happened yet, and I expect probably at this point it's not going to. Yeah. So I don't know. This is my community project. Somebody else will figure out the fireworks, I'm sure. But for now, at least, the last time I checked, there was still fireworks at the old shop on Season 2. And so we can go back and forth pretty easily. Maybe people clear that out, and then somebody else will decide, hey, we need those now. But yeah, so lots of stuff still to do. Not a lot of activity on the server at the moment. Like I said, pretty much it's been like me and Dave. Occasionally I see Mar, occasionally I see Spacey. But a lot of me and Dave. And when Dave is the most active member of the server, it leaves something to be desired. You could AFK at my old mob farm in Season 2 if you want a lot of gunpowder. It's the same mob farm design I built on Derpcraft. Now, Spacey, is that the one... Is that the one kind of by the honey farm underneath spawn? Because I found something down there. It's the one under spawn. Yeah, okay. Yes. So yeah, I might do that. I know that Dave, I believe it was Dave's. Dave's also got a pretty efficient mob farm over there, which would be useful because I also need string and stuff for the villager trading and all that. So some of that I probably will do that at some point. I'm not in like a huge need at the moment, but I'm sure somebody will at some point need a ton of fireworks, and well, no, I'll let somebody else do it. Somebody else can AFK it. I'm just gonna say maybe I will, but no. Again, this is my contribution. If somebody else wants to set up a little stand for fireworks or something here at the marketplace, I'll leave that to them. Maybe I'll be like, hey, no, I need a new project. But yeah, I guess as long as I don't have to dig out an ocean monument, and I guess some of the thing is like, I didn't realize that the bottom of barrels were different like that. Why wouldn't it just be a barrel head like this? Interesting. Interesting. What was I going to say? Oh, as long as I don't have to dig out an ocean monument. But I guess the weird thing about having the multi-universe thing... I have no idea what this is. More pirate shenanigans. We have Boss Hog give up the gold or give up his life. Pirates, we mean it. Chunk of Boss Hog. Did the pirates get robbed? Is our gold just completely gone now? But yeah, I mean, the ability to, like, oh, just pop over to Season 2 and go to that gardening farm makes it kind of like, eh. I don't see why anyone would tackle that project again. That's another one of those projects, like, it's a necessity to a specific world, but, like, God, you don't need two of them, for sure. So, yeah, since we can access that, I don't know who would... It's not a fun project by any means, so I don't know who would want to bother with that, but... What is dead can never die, what is dead can never die. I don't know what's going on with all those shenanigans. The pirates are up to something, but yeah. A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, at least, on here. I've not seen even Poet put out a ton of videos from TimeShot, but... yeah, it's been nice to just have a place to play again. When TimeShot Season 3 came out, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to have time for that. But it's been nice to just, like, you know, after the baby goes to bed, like, I don't really have a lot of recording or streaming time because, like, my office butts right up against the nursery. Yeah, Poet and Win both have new jobs because Mixer went under, so I think they're both a little busier than they used to be. But yeah, my office at home shares a wall with the nursery, so, like, I'm home a lot in the evenings with the baby, but you know, we put him down at, you know, around 7 p.m. and then, you know, I've you know, got the rest of the evening, obviously, but you know, I can't really do a lot of streaming recording, but I can occasionally sit in here and knock out this or that. I mean, obviously this is not a ton of progress for as long as the season's been up and stuff like that, but it's been a lot for me. But yeah, so it's been nice to have a place to pop on and just tinker. I really wanted to get my Dinosaur World up and running, and I'm now on Poet's Dinosaur World build team, which I've not really been over there in a while. I probably should see if there's anything I can do over in Poet's World. But I did, you know, I've been wanting to get this going because this is actual service for the server. I figure people will be a little more active if they've got access to all the enchants they want, things like that. So anyway, I do think I'm gonna call it here, guys. I want to go get a drink and just kind of, having not streamed for a you know, a period of a couple months potentially, and then to come back in and stream for 4.5 hours. I'm tired. Tort's an old man. So I'm gonna go long off. I do want to note this barrel here is just kind of all the junk enchants. I mean, some of these aren't junk. We got Protection 3 and a couple Protection 3s. You can bind that, get a Protection 4. But they're just ones that didn't really fit into these Riptides. Gosh, I think it's the Unbreaking guy here. Yeah, so I would click this, and it would populate, you know, a stack or whatever. It would populate what I need for this. But then I'd buy one of them, and I just, like, hold Shift and then, hold Shift and then click and buy, you know, whatever's here. But it would go 37, which would leave enough to get a Riptide, so it would give me an Unbreaking and a Riptide 3 every time I would do that, which was so annoying. I didn't realize how many emeralds I was wasting until I went to go look around. I'm like, why are all these Riptides here? And it's because it was, yeah, no, Spacey's all over the place, man. He's got too much to do. But yeah, so there's a bunch of Riptide 3s here if anybody's got a thing. But yeah, so these are also a diamond, just because a diamond's a cheap price. Considering if you're getting, you know, efficiency 5 for a diamond, you can also pay a diamond for this, because that should be more, but it's not. So it all kind of balances out. But yeah, so there's kind of a barrel here of just kind of hodgepodge, or just take if you want. I don't know, honor system on that one. But the rest of these, I want money. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Give you guys an update on all the huge amount of work that I've been doing. Still work to do, obviously, but glad we could touch base a little bit before this is all completely done, because, whew, a lot has been accomplished already. I'd hate to bring you guys back and be like, yeah, so it's been 3 months and, you know, all this is done. It's nice that you guys, the whole point of, you know, servers like this, people like to see progress in progress. So, yeah. I don't know what we'll be doing next time we get on TimeShot, if and when that happens, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been a great day, getting to stream some Pokemon DLC, and now give you guys an update on TimeShot before we head off for the day. So, as always, I've been Tortimer the Grain. You guys have been great, and I will see you guys all back here next time. Alright, guys, have a good one.